On the one hand, but on the other hand, is a very useful expression. However, it's sometimes used a little bit incorrectly. When we use the expression on the one hand, but on the other hand, we should be expressing two contrasting ideas. Often, we're expressing a positive idea and contrasting it with a negative idea. Let me give you an example. On the one hand, England is a very beautiful and interesting country. But on the other hand, the weather is not very good. So this is expressing the idea that we have the positive, that England is interesting and beautiful, and the negative, that the weather is not very good. Let me give you another example. On the one hand, John is a really friendly colleague, but on the other hand, he's not very punctual. So this is the correct way to use this expression, to contrast two ideas. It's very useful when you're thinking about the pros and cons of a situation or person. Now, this expression is commonly mistaken when people are trying to not contrast an idea, but to add additional information. Some of my students, for example, might say, on the one hand, I am an accountant, and on the other hand, I like numbers and figures. So these two ideas are not contrasting. They should not be used with this expression. Instead, we have many other linking devices that can be used to add additional information. My student could say, well, I am an accountant, and in addition, I'm very good at numbers and figures. Or they could say, I am an accountant, and furthermore, I have been working at this company for 10 years. Or they could say, well, I'm an accountant, and moreover, I feel I am the best person for this job. With each expression, they are adding additional information to their first idea. So, in conclusion, be careful with this expression. On the one hand, it's very useful, but on the other hand, you must be careful with it.